Can you hear me now, Colby? We got Michael, Sarah, Clay. Mic check, mic check. Michael, Sarah, no. Sarah, comma, Michael, Michael, comma, Sarah. They're all hanging out over on YouTube. All right, we got audio. I know it was an OBS thing, so my mic wasn't selected. You guys can still hear me on Breaker Toolbox. So, all right, if that's the only problem we have tonight with technical issues, then we're in for a very successful night. Oh, good, Clay. I was worried that you heard all those terrible things I was saying about you while my mic was off. So that's good. All right, good luck. We got 20 boxes to rip. We're going for the first. Oh my gosh, look at that little sneaky pack trying to hide there at top. So we got our special packs. These are our Mojo packs here, and then we got the base. So as far as what I understand, this is our first time ripping megas since Bowman, that they put the laser refractors in here, so it actually is just not all base, which is good. Gives us a little something to look forward to while we're looking at it. So first card out of the chute, it's going to be Brandon Compton with a little bit of the wrapper still stuck to it. We got J.R. Ritchie, Sean Gamble, Elian Pena, and Cameron Millar. So no lasers in that one. There we go. We got our first laser here. Luke LaCourse, because of course it's an angel. Eli Willits. Connor Griffin. Oh, we got another angel on the laser. Look at us. Riley Kelly, and that's going to be Chase Shores. Pretty snazzy looking parallel. I wonder how they do. So I'm wondering if we also can get refractors in here, if it's just going to be lasers. We'll see. These packs are not coming apart as nicely as I would hope. All right, no laser in this pack. Caleb Lays. We got Gage Wood with a nice little scratch across the top. Grant Richardson, J.J. Weatherholt, and Cade Crossland. Happy Monday to you all. Start of a new week. Starting it off right here. Charles Davilan, Tommy Tanks, Luke Dickerson. We got Nolan Sailors. And another Royal first on the back. This could be Cameron Millar. I can already tell I messed up, and I do not have enough penny sleeves to get me through this first box. Nick Becker, Hagen Smith, Tanner Franklin, Brody Brecht, Josh Owens. So I'm going to grab those real quick before I get to the mega packs. Unlucky for me, I had them right in my drawer. I was so worried about the technical issues streaming for the first time that I forgot to restock. All right, here we go. Our first look at the Mojos. We got, looks like an insert. I don't see an auto, so no auto in the first pack. That would be too good to be true. We got Landon Hodge, Max Clark, J.J. Weatherholt, Quentin Young on the first, and prize prospects. This is going to be Cade Anderson. Looks like it was cut a little bit too thin on the bottom there, but nice little Cade. That one's going to Randall. He sniped the Mariners from our guy Murky. Murky's the Mariners fan in our chat, so Randall can buy him a beer if he hits something nice. All right, second Mojo pack here. Yeah, I know. I'm over Randall. I love him to death, but Can't complain all the time and expect to be rewarded. It's just not how it works. Gage Wood, that's a nice one there. Charles Davilan. Sarah was asking for all the non-auto Davilan, so there we go. We're on our way. Nick Becker, Tanner Franklin, and Griffin Hughes. Huge us. He's got a mustache of a much older man. So we had all first in that pack. That's nice. All right, box 1 down. And if you bought that box to rip yourself, you probably would have been really disappointed. But since it's only one box of 20, less disappointment. Still some excitement for the other 19 boxes. All right, Spoon, thank you. Spoon buying a spot in our next break. Super cheap teams for our debut patch. We're also running a bounty. Not that $250 is going to matter much if you hit a superfractor or a debut patch, but it's something, right? There's a Seth Hernandez, Sebastian Walcott, Mason Peters. Prices are still pretty high on these autos, so we're not out of the release bump yet. Jordan Yost, JT Quinn, and Andrew Salas on the non-first. It's even though there's a big time bump with release week, you think you're overpaying, but not necessarily. Because I'll tell you, I sold a base Connor Griffin auto last year, 2024 draft. I got him in my own personal box, and I sold it for like $175 and thought that guy overpaid on release week. Turns out he did not. And if I would have just held it, it would have been worth a little bit. So if you can identify the prospects, that's going to be Quentin Young on the laser. If you can identify the right prospects, then even paying during release week will pay some dividends. So it's usually going to be those like, tier 1A. Like Sean Gamble's a guy for me. Base auto going for about 30. I could see him taking a jump. Max Bellew and Riley Quick. All right, we got our third Mojo pack. First one from the second box. We got an in action. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that's an auto or if that's just because I don't think they did that last year. We got Landon Harmon, Justin Lampkin, Briggs McKenzie, Kevin McGonigal, and it's a Royal. That's going to be Josh Hammond on the Mojo in action. That's pretty cool. I think people are pretty mixed on whether they like these or not. I think they were much better received for 2024 draft than they are for 25 draft. Maybe they've sort of lost their shine, so to speak. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? I think they're cool for what they're worth. I don't expect them to be like crazy amounts of money, but all right, we got a Carlson. Still no parallels. That's crazy. Carlson will be nice. Ike Irish, that's a nice one too. Dax Kilby. All right, so this is the pack right here. Kane Kepley and Prize Prospects, another Billy. So we went through a bunch of draft. We ripped 2 cases, a bunch of singles, and we didn't see much of Billy. So that's good that he's coming out now. I'm rooting for him. He's a fellow Inland Empire guy like me. Growing up, I was actually born in Corona, and he played at Corona High School. So small world, I guess, but not really when you think about, the powerhouses for athletes. Pretty much Southern California, Florida, and Texas, right? So if you're from one of those spots, then there's probably going to be a lot of professional athletes. All right, we won't disrespect you, Kane Kepley. All right, so 2 boxes in. And then there's another good feature on Breaking on Breaker Toolbox is I can actually give somebody permission to use their microphone and speak during the broadcast. So I'm waiting for Clay to agree to co-host with me. He'll stop every 15 seconds to take a work call, but that's just how it is. Josh Hammond, that's a nice one. Matthew Fisher, Petrie, Valdez, and Walton. Yep, Panhandle of Florida, pretty much where you can play all year round, right? I mean, that's pretty much not that those places are any more special than the rest. It's just weather. Johnny Farmello, speaking of Farmello, I was able to out-snipe Clay on a nice Farmello green PSA 9. Hope he's not too bitter about that. Casey Cunningham, that's the guy. That's the dude for the Diamondbacks. So far it looks like just lasers in these packs. No, there's Steel Hall and Peter Cuso. No refractors, but the lasers is a nice touch. I mean, that's the one thing I don't like about logo fractors. You just rip those packs and they're like entirely worthless. Unless you hit an MVP buyback or something. So I like the fact that they put the laser. Boyker, Jake Monroe, CJ Gray, and Ryan Mitchell. Clay's thinking about coming live, but he's got to switch over from YouTube. All right, we have Sime Jr., Tatum Gray, Landon Harmon, Lampkin, and Carson Benj on the inaction. I'm getting a little nervous. We haven't seen too many. Well, we haven't seen any parallels yet, so I don't care for that at all. We're in the third box now. No autos, no parallels. I was hoping for at least an auto out of every 3 boxes, and I'm gonna be honest. I really think they should be given the numbered cards in every box. I mean, they should at least have one numbered in every box. But people have said these are fire, so maybe we just need to wait to. We've been getting inserts though. I don't want inserts though. Briggs McKenzie, McGonigal. There's another Carlson. There's another Ike Irish, and there's a Gavin Killen. Come on now. We need to do better. Please. Carlsons are nice, though. But we need to see some color. And I think that would be cool of them to discontinue the Mojo autos for HTA and breakers, and then bring those over here as firsts, and then you can have the other ones like the non-first image variation autos. I think that would be cool and give at least a little bit of a chase of 150 or so of because I mean they put them in Sapphire, so why wouldn't they? And that's a later release, and that's its own checklist. So why can't they put them in the Megas? Or I think we've discussed this before. Put the first sign on the image variations. They do that in Topps products. Yeah, I know, Aaron. This is I'm really hoping this isn't as bad. I mean, people have been saying it's really good. There's Tate Salvacine and Christian Fauch. So I'm hoping this just has to tick up a little bit. So, but yeah, Topps for rookie cards, you get the image variations have the rookie logo on, and I think that would be cool. I mean, I don't think it's going to devalue the traditional first. I just think it will make it a little bit more fun and add a little bit of value to these, instead of them being kind of thought of as second-rate product. All right, we got Nelson. There's Kyson Witherspoon, Cody Miller, and Josh Flores. We pulled a ton of Cody Miller during our breaks, our draft case breaks. All right, we got Essenberg. There's another Seth, Pico Cone, Aiden Miller, and Vidoric. Yost, Gabe Davis, Dakota Jordan, Ryan Weidman, and a Liam Doyle laser. There we go. Giants fan. Picking up the Cardinals late, hoping for some Doyle, and there we go. Hopefully a sign of things to come there. All right, come on. We got to get something in here. Something in these Mojo packs. Dax Kilby, good start. Still just getting these. That might be a gold, though. That might be a gold. All right, Dax Kilby, Kane Kepley, Ethan Hedges, Gurovich, and these are usually upside down, so let's see what we got here. Yankees, it is a gold, 35 of 50. Dax Kilby on the in-action gold. First numbered. All right. Given a little bit. I like that. I like that. So far, it seems like it's been kind of hitting us with the same names. I mean, that's a Topps collation thing. So as long as they're the good names, that's fine. As long as every team sort of has somebody. But it's when you get the lesser tier guys, then it's a little rough. I see that. Oh, we got an orange. There we go. Is this an auto? I hope so. All right, we got a Cade Anderson. Good luck, everybody. Caden Kent, Leo DeVries, Kyle Lodis, and it is Astros. Potential color match here. Show me Nayans. Let's go. Xavier Nayans, 1 of 25. Bookmark as well. Or bookend. Said bookmark. Bookend, 1 of 25. Xavier Nayans. That is a absolute freaking nuke. Monday night nukes. We got ourselves a first nuke. Scoot these ones over a little bit. Make some room on the stage. Wow. All right. I mean, that was a great box. Numbered Kilby in a 9s to 25. All right, I see you. I see you, Bowman Megas. I see you, Clay. I'll hit you. I'll hit you in a little bit. All right, we got Ike Irish, Maldonado, Dax Kilby, Aiden West, and Devin Taylor. Nice Kilby there. Who had the Stros? Rip City did. Well, that's why he wants the mic. He's going to take his victory lap. Waldschmidt, Kepley, Bradfield, Carmichael, and Matt Barr on the first. Hell yeah, Clay. That's a hell of an auto, man. All right, we got Montgomery, Hedges, Thomas White, Walker Jenkins, and Ethan Frey. I'll hit him after this box so he can say some nice words to the people. All right, Gurovich, Lombard, Escobar, Elwinger, and Dickerson. We got Nolan Schubert, Cash Mayfield, Gustavo Melendez, Celestin, and Gavin Killen. All right, let's see if these two packs can match that heat. I did pull a 101 out of last year's, or no, actually, he's 25 Bowman. So Rose Gold 101. Hopefully we can hit something like that. Dominic Reed, Antonio Jimenez, Ty Harvey. We got Nate Snead on the mojo. And how about a Steel Hall in action? That one's going to our friend from the north. I'll have it delivered overnight courier service just for you, buddy. And last pack of box, what is this, box 4? I got to figure out a strategy to do with these cards on the side. I'll figure that out while I give Clay the mic to say his thank yous. All right, we get Dean Moss, Malachi Witherspoon, Brandon Compton, Sean Gamble, and Connor Griffin on the prize prospect. All right, Clay, you ready? All right, go ahead. Share with the good people your thoughts. You there, Clay? Rip City, your mic. I guess he got stage fright. All right, we're going to box number 5. And then I'm going to have to move this pile of cards. The real question is Clay still at work so he could watch the break? Clay always hits. That's right, Michael. He does. Him, Grinch, Giants fan. There's another Seth. Those guys. Aaron had a nice little run for a while. Hit that red Justinson Garcia. 25 Bowman. All right, we got a laser here. Jordan Yost, Gabe Davis, Max Clark, Mason Morris. How about Brody Brecht? One of my sleepers out of 24 draft. Still got a few of them. He sold pretty well. Kind of slowed down a little bit, but it was the offseason. Hammond, Fisher, Petrie, Tait, and Kaysen Cunningham. All right, we got Nate George, DeZerwa, Hartshorn. We got Steel Hall, and how about Cade Obermueller? So I was listening. I'm not cheating on Let's Talk Wax, but I do listen to the Just Baseball guys, and they have Cade Obermueller as a top 10 prospect in the Phillies system. So something to think about. Potential little sleeper there. He's got reliever risk, but who doesn't? Tyson Lewis, Max Bellew, CJ Gray, and Ryan Mitchell. All right, here we go. 2 packs. Mega packs. All right, we've got no color. Weatherholt, Quentin Young, Chase Shores, Oviedo, and Gavin Fiend. All right, let's see if I can do it now, Clay. All right, can you talk? Gavin Fiend, of course, getting traded from the Rangers to the Nationals. He's also a Temecula guy. I went to Chaparral High School in Temecula. He went to Great Oaks, which didn't exist when I was in high school. There's only 2 high schools, Temecula Valley and Chaparral. And Chaparral was brand new when I first started there, so we didn't have 4 high schools like it has now. All right, here we go. I think I see a gold. Hopefully it's an auto. We got Weatherholt on the prize prospects. Nice Cade Anderson there. Another Obermueller. Connor Griffin and Cubbies. This one's going to Colby. Dominic Reed, 24 of 50. Nice hit there for the Grinch. Colby, I think you got to give your name up, though. Randall is definitely the Grinch. He's the Grinch who stole Bowman. All right, so we got 2 golds and an orange. I mean, for the color we're getting, can't complain about that. The aquas haven't shown themselves yet. That's what I remember about Logo Fractor, and is just like a crap ton of aquas. Nice Cade there for Randall. Hopefully that'll make him happy. All right, let's keep going here. We'll do 2 more boxes, and then hopefully the cards won't get higher. The stack won't get higher than the boxes, because then I'll be in trouble. Another sneaky pack. Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out, Clay. I don't know what's going on. Dean Livingston, Caleb Bonham, Murph Gray, and Mason McConaughey for the Rangers. Theron Lorenzo, Dean Moss, Brasenio, Quintero, and Trevor Cohen. Malachi Witherspoon, Jared Thomas, Benj, Curly, and Max William. There you go, Colby. Another one. Your guy. No, I think it's just part of his online persona. We have plans to do some card shows together because he lives about, I don't know, 2 hours away-ish. So we might meet in the middle and do some card shows. I'll tell you what he's like in person. Nice Sean Gamble there. And another laser, Luke LaCourse, Kyson Witherspoon, Joshua Gonzalez, Sime, and Namala. Of course, we're looking for JoJo. All right, here we go. 2 mega packs. Show me some color. No color there. We got Low Dice, Ethan Hedges, Gurevich, Caden Kent, and Leo DeVries. And we got a purple. We got George Lombard on the prize prospects. Dean Curley, Lombardi, Aaron Watson, and it's Angels. Tyler Bremner, variation auto. Let's freaking go. Out of 199. That's weird. Purple out of 199. But, man, we just continue to be the Bremner whispers. Can't get rid of this guy. That's the second purple we've hit, too. Sometimes the Angels hit. Most times they do not, but sometimes they do. All right, well, 2 autos in what? Is that 6 boxes, 5 boxes? Something like that. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Jordan. I do like myself some Bremner, even though if his upside is like a 3-starter, I think his ceiling. Yeah, I'm always wary of the guys that they're like, yeah, he's got a really good changeup. I'm like, that's it. Decent fastball with a really good changeup and plus command. I mean, sounds like he's going to get hit really hard based on those traits, but he'll fit right in on the Angels staff. All right, let me take a second here and figure out what to do with the stack before it gets too unruly. All right, we're good to go. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got a new mat with the Breaker Toolbox logo and the ODZ logo, which my wife hates, by the way, and wants me to change it. But then I ask her, I say, well, if you don't like it, can you at least like come up with a different design? And then it's like crickets. So I'm like, if you want me to change it, just give me something else to change it to, you know? I'm not a designer. Dominic Reed, Rock Riggio, Slade Caldwell, Brady Ebel, and Ianson. He's another guy I'm sort of trying to get on the cheap. He, if you read Kyle's write up on him, he's high on him. Says he's got a good arm. Was at LSU and kind of was surprised he went so low. So might be a guy to kind of target. Nice Jamie Arnold there. I mean, the Red Sox are kind of a sneaky. Some breakers price them pretty cheap, but they've got 3 potential. 2 of them are pitchers, so that's actually I think all 3 of them are pitchers, so that's probably why. But they're all 3 like pretty decent pitchers. All right, we got a Cubby. That's Jackson Wiggins. I think he should be up with the Cubs this year. He's by far their best pitching prospect. So. With them not really going out and getting a big free agent arm, I think they have plans for Wiggins to be in the rotation. Draft has been good to you, man. Draft was good to me last year. I haven't ripped as much of it or like been in as much breaks this year, but I went like ham on it last year. And I think because I did so well on draft, I went heavy at 25 Bowman and I got crushed. So I really scaled back on Chrome and even draft. Like I've been getting the Angels and I've been buying the Royals a lot because I find that they're like excellent value. The Royals and the Giants. I've been going after those ones a lot, but not because I'm going after them. If I see them in a really good price, then I'll snatch them up. All right, we got another Gavin Fine and a Kate Anderson. I haven't found the Diamondbacks for $80 in a case like Mink did. Otherwise, I would have absolutely pounced on that. That's a great deal. So you never know. You never know what deals you're gonna find. I haven't done great on the Angels. I've been keeping track of my breaks on a spreadsheet, and I've lost easily the most money on the Angels. Cosmic. All right, we got a true blue, guys. We got a Bazana prize prospects, Connor Griffin, Sime Jr., Tatum Gray, and we got Brewers, Jacob Morrison on the blue first to 150. You know, I don't dislike Cosmic, but it's just, I don't know, like maybe it's because I don't know anything about it. Like I don't know the case hits. I haven't broken it because like who can freaking get Cosmic? It's like impossible to freaking buy. It's always sold out. And then once it hits the secondary market, it's like ridiculous prices. So I think it's just the lack of familiarity with it has kept me from sort of like really, like buying into it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not something I don't have any Cosmic cards in my PC. I don't plan on getting any. When I see them on eBay, I just don't know enough about it to confidently go after. Like I know the Planetary Pursuits, and they're cool looking cards, but oh my god, we keep getting these packs that want to hide out at the top. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's kind of how I am with Stadium Club, although I have a little bit of a history with Stadium Club, considering it came out in I think 94. Damn, Kate Anderson's. We're flirting with a big Kate Anderson card. We keep hitting the little ones. Yeah, Clay, I need to get you. I owe you one Ranger, I believe. So we'll keep working on that. But I have a bunch of I was able to get a bunch of Stadium Club, so we'll rip that super cheap as always. Damn, Sirota on the Dodgers, crazy. Just to me, he'll just forever be a red from his first. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll come around on Stadium Club, but I think I just need to see Cosmic in hand. Nolan Sailor's on the laser. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I still think like it's funny because you see like a lot of hate on like breaking on Facebook, and I don't consider myself like a breaker because I don't do it for a living, so I don't get offended by it. But I really do believe that like breaking, I mean, if you're gonna rip your own box versus entering a break, I would much rather enter a break because then I can like target teams based on value, and I can go after my team, and so even if I don't hit very well, at least I got cards that I like, whereas you open a box and like you have no idea. There's nice Seth Hernandez. You just have no idea what you're getting, right? Like it could be just absolute freaking lose your ass on a $700 box, but spend $40 for a spot and get $10 worth of cards as long as they're cards you like. You tried. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't think breaking is like the devil, like people say it is. It's just like anything, you got to be responsible. Opening up. I think most of those people are just mad because they perceive themselves as not being able to buy boxes because the breakers get them all. Oh, we got an inaction. So this is either numbered or it's an auto. That'd be really cool if it's an auto. Liam Doyle, Ethan Petrie, Desirwa, Bellew, and it is not an auto, but another one for Clay. Gavin Feen on the inaction, blue to 150. That's a freaking sweet card. Just wish he was still on the Rangers. For your sake, not for my sake. I'm glad he's on the Nationals as an Angels fan. There we go. Color's starting to come out, though, guys. We're starting to get color. But yeah, I think, has it driven up the prices of wax? I don't think breakers have driven up the prices of wax. I think the demand for it has driven up the prices for wax. People buying it on the secondary market. If nobody bought it in the secondary market, I don't think breaks would be as expensive. I don't think it would really matter as much. I mean, obviously, if there's a demand for breaking, then it's going to increase wax. But I think most people want to just get their hands on the wax. Either flip it or rip it. So, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. But every now and then you get a product that's really good. Yolfran Castillo. I mean, I'm starting to enjoy these megas a little bit. Starting to come out with some decent cards. I lost my Cornholio. This case from Temu. This is your case, dude. Cunningham, Hodge, Rodriguez, Arnold, Randall's in the house. He's on YouTube. He should come over to Breaker Toolbox. I'll give him the mic. Dude, your case so far, I mean, we're not even halfway. I already got 2 banger autos. Bremner to 199, which is weird for a purple, but then Nyan's 1 of 25. And then we've got like 4 or 5 color right now. So it's been, I'd say, like, I mean, we'll see how it finishes, but can't be mad so far. All right, we got Flores, Farmelo, Fouch, Liam Doyle, and Jefferson Rojas. I picked up my first Jefferson Rojas Bowman first auto. He was like pretty expensive towards the end of last year. I missed out on him on a couple of auctions, so people must have kind of forgotten about him a little bit because I was able to get a decent prices on it. Yeah, Merc, the lasers are nice. I mean, it's just something, right? Every little bit helps when you're trying to claw back to what you put into it. So, and Mojos typically grade pretty well. So because the surface is sort of camouflaged, I guess, Got a nice Caden Kent there. I've always found that the Mojos and the HTA choices typically grade better. At least that's just my experience. All right. We got no color, but we got our first JoJo. AJ Russell. We got a Voight. That's nice. Forbes and Nyans. There we go. Nice little pack there. Would have been nice with some color. But we'll take the names. The Just Baseball guys are pretty high on Nyans too. They think he could be a potential like plus power guy, which of course the hobby loves. But they think for sure he's going to get moved off shortstop, but you never know with that. Who's to say? All right, second one. We got color. Another blue. All right, JoJo's starting to come out. Devin Taylor, Easton Carmichael, Cody Miller. And we got a first. It's for the Dodgers. I thought it was going to be Davalan for Sarah, but she's going to have to settle, not celebrate. She could celebrate too, but a Landon Vitorek, true blue to 150 color match for the Dodgers. So weird. I went to the dry cleaner today to pick up a pair of pants I dropped off, and hanging right when I walked in was this just obnoxious Dodgers. Like, I don't even know what it was. It looked like a puffy, but it wasn't. Like a jacket, and I don't know. I was just kind of hoping in that moment that the store would burst into flames as soon as I picked up my pants. Of course, everybody making it out safely, but the Dodgers jacket unfortunately would succumb to the fire. I think you're doing okay on the Mariners. We've had quite a few Kate Andersons, Randall. Color match Billy, yeah. A black Billy to 10. I'd be cool with that. All right, Chase Shores, Caminiti, Oviedo, Salina, and Slawinski. Super excited for that Slawinski break. I definitely lost money on that, but at least I didn't skunk. But he's a guy I think he's a hold because his prices are so low right now. I think he could potentially be better. Riley Kelly on the lasers. Willits. All right, Willits color match red. All right, so we got a Carlson black and a Willits red color match. Youngerman, Obermueller, Dante Nori, and Ben Jacobs. I mean, I want Willits on any color for you. Condon, Neville, Staffura, Frittone, and Lugo. Lugo should not be in this set, by the way. Like, it's kind of annoying that he's in this set. I mean, I like him, but so many other Angels prospects, I felt like they could put him in, and I think he's been in every single set since 24 Bowman Chrome, which was when he had his first. I don't know. I put Hayden Alvarez in this set, right, over Lugo. We haven't had a ton of Alvarez yet. All right, I got Brady Ebel. There's a nice one. JT Quinn, JD Thompson, JB Middleton, and Riley Quick. Gotta say, from a QC perspective, I haven't, obviously not getting a super close look at these cards, but from just the naked eye, they look very, very, very good for quality control. So Ebel also played at Corona High School with Seth Hernandez and Billy Carlson, which is just absolutely freaking ridiculous. And Ebel's got a younger brother that's still on the team now, he'll probably be another. All right, we got a green to 99, McGonigal on the prize prospects, Jamie Arnold, Liam Doyle, here we go, Max Williams, and first for the Orioles, JT Quinn. I mean, it's just like a stupid amount of talent. I was just singing the praises of the quality control. Look at that bottom. Cut his foot off and everything. That's not great. Sorry, Giants fan. You might want to send that one back. Can make you a receipt. But pitchers are definitely dominating this checklist. With Doyle, Arnold, Bremner, Anderson. They probably should have put in another bat and withheld one of these guys for a 26 Bowman. Just kind of balance it out a little bit. Just my opinion. I don't know, the Sharks, man. Are they on national TV? I don't think Sacramento gets the Sharks. I know I had it on that one time, but... yeah, definitely send that in. That Brooks Lee Dimple. I mean, Topps has been... they're good at doing the replacements, but they've definitely slowed down. Used to be you'd get them like super quick. Now I've got several, because at the end of the month I'll sort of take weather hold on the lasers. At the end of the month I'll take all my like shit QC cards and I'll just make a big replacement ticket and send them all in. I think I'm like a couple months now from without receiving any replacements. Harmon, Made, Lampkin, Tibbs, and Voigt. I think I have ESPN Plus, but I think I only have it on my phone. I could check. Ricardo, Sneed, Tommy Troy, Forbes, and Fiend on the lasers. Fiend's a guy I might start. I haven't checked his prices, but I might start PCing him. I pull. His older brother was Dylan Fiend. And he was in 25 Bowman. Pulled a nice orange auto of him and listed it for sale, but it didn't sell because he's not as good as his brother. Sloan, Yeeman, Legrand, Turley, Nayans, but they both played for Great Oaks High School in Temecula, so I wanna PC those guys. All right, we got Carlson, we got lasers here. Piacentini, Wing, JoJo Parker, and Cade Crossland on the lasers. Yeah, at first I was like, no, fuck Topps. I'm going to send in every card that's shitty, like even the base ones, I'm going to send it in. But I think you're right. I think at the end of the day, you just got to throw those ones away. And who knows if that's like slowing down the orders. All right, we got Cohen, Kaysen Cunningham. Nice steel haul there. Ryan Mitchell and Murph Gray. Three lasers per base pack. Is that a hot box? Sounds nice. I mean, we should get a case hit, right? I know for 25 Bowman, it was its own. It was its own case hit, the Mega Futures or whatever it was called. I wonder if they have their own case hit for this, or if it's going to be like a Spotlights with a mojo on it. I guess we'll find out. All right, show me some color. No color. Jamie Arnold on the prize prospects. Jacob Morrison, Vidoric, Hartshorn, and Elian Pena. Womp, womp, womp. That was Buns. That box was a Buns box. I mean, at least Logo Fractor had, it was like one numbered per pack. A little bit better value there. All right, we've got 8 boxes left, so we're officially 12 boxes in. Still got lots of spots on our next 2 breaks. If we can get them in before 10 Eastern, we'll rip them. If not, we'll have to postpone them because I've got pickup basketball tonight to go to. It's about the only exercise, the only cardio I get these days, so I can't skip it. Yeah, they were what? They came out at like 110. Brandon Compton, J.R. Ritchie, Gamble, Walcott, and Peters. What are these, like 60, 70 bucks a pop? So like 1.5. Yeah, they're definitely more expensive. LaCourse. There's a Willits. That's not going to get it done, though. And Mason Neville. And I think the checklist is definitely better for this. Topps Chrome. And even Update was... I mean, I think the rookie class, all in all, ended up pretty decent. It doesn't stand up to 2024. Gage Wood. But I don't think a lot of, outside of like 2018, is really going to stand up to 2024. 60 per, yeah, so you're right. A little less than twice the price. Davilan, Tommy White, Duno, Middleton, and Cooper Fleming. Becker, Hagen Smith, Franklin, Morey, and Quick. All right, we got another. That one's going to be Billy Carlson. Not a color match, but in action. We got Matthew Fisher, Gavin Killen, Southacene, and Jake Cook. A lot more inactions than we were getting in our case breaks. All right, come on. We're due for an auto here. Dax Kilby on the prize prospects. Cameron Millar, Mason Neville, Nolan Schubert, and Aaron Walton. A couple of Guardians there for our guy Aaron. Walton, it must be just like in every pack, man. Pulls so much Walton. I think we pulled like 3 base autos of him in our case breaks. Aaron's on the hunt for Dean Curley, though, so Walton's just not going to get it done. And these packs without colors or autos are just not going to get it done either. So I'm considering getting a second camera so you guys can see my ugly mug while we break. Thinking about it, though. Just might complicate things too much. Well, at least you're hitting them, Aaron. At least you're hitting them. Not all of us can be Rip City and hit multiple autos per break. Blake Mitchell, Hughes, Culpepper, Fleming, and Cam Caminiti on the lasers. Trying to get some cheap Caminiti first auto, but I don't think they exist. His prices are still pretty high. Cunningham, Hodge, Rodriguez, Rojas, and Root. I did get a Raniel Rodriguez first auto, just a base. I mean, his base autos are going for like $90. It's crazy. Joshua Lugo, Flores, JD Dix, Phillips, and Connor Griffin on the lasers. But Colt Emerson is sort of like kind of shifted my perspective on like the value of autos. I mean, his have gone just bananas. Farmelo, McConaughey, Namala, Miura, and Ethan Conrad. So there's definitely room if you believe in a prospect. I mean, sky can be the limit. Quentin Young, Wiggins, Ty Harvey, there's a Bremner. And show me Yost. Nope, that's Oviedo for the Tigers. Pirates paid. God, another inaction. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cool. I like them. Ike Irish, Matthew Fisher, Gavin Killen, Salthacine, and Jake Cook. I swear to God, we just saw that pack. That literal same pack. All right. Come on, come on, come on. Gavin Killen on the prize prospects. Aaron Walton again. JoJo Parker, Schubert, and hey, there we go. We got a Willits. It's something. Not going to get it done. We need more, but at this point, we'll take it. Man, I'm really hoping we end up with more than... Because we're really only on pace right now for 3 autos in a case, and that just can't... That can't be... We've got to have more than... Like 5 would be bare minimum in my opinion. So we need to start heating up with these last... We got 6 boxes. We need at least 3 autos out of these 6 boxes. Time for me to play my Filth Bomb influencer card. Although Topps didn't send this case to me, they sent it to Randall, so I'm not sure I'll get my breaker influencer boost. JD Dix. No matter what kind, it's never a bad day when you're holding the Dix in your hand. I said it. We had to make one Dix joke. Harmon, Made, Lampkin, Rojas, and Root. Ricardo, Sneed, another Dix, Phillips, and Tatum Gray. 2 Dix. If 1 Dix is good, 2 is better. All right, we got Sloan, Yeeman, Legrande, Miura, and Ethan Conrad. Yeah. Well, you got to charge like before you pick them. There's Carlson, Harvey, Bremner, and Marcus Phillips. He's another guy. I think he was their 2nd rounder. No, he's their 1st rounder. 33 overall. So they had 2 first rounders. And then Ayenson was their 2nd rounder. Clay's he's gonna be a consultant, a break consultant. He's gonna put you on the teams. There we got another Willits. Taylor, Carmichael, Cody Miller, and Matthew Fisher. Almost a handful. I could fit a few more Dicks in these hands though. McGonigal, Killen, Salthacine, Jake Cook, and Millar. My God, how many Cooks have we hit? Just in the last, like, 2 boxes. So we still got plenty of spots in our Topps Chrome update breaks. Should at least check them out. Got a hobby and a jumbo. My last two, I kind of was saving them just to kind of see what happened. Secondary prices didn't really go up. Otherwise, I would have just probably dumped them, but made it priced competitively enough to hopefully nobody loses their butt on it. Wouldn't like that. But you know, at some point, if we rip enough Chrome update over the years, we are going to hit a debut patch. I can feel it. Get these cards out now before they're already starting to fall over. Most of the big ones have been hit. Yeah, it's crazy that still from 2024, but the Yamamoto hasn't been found. I think there's another one out of 2024. Can't remember off the top of my head. Reed, Riggio, Bonnemer, Murph Gray, and Owens. I mean, the Kurtz one got hit like almost immediately. Which didn't do great for the product. Boyker, DeVries, Monroe, Quintero, and Cohen. Yeah, Roki. Man, the Dodger ones. Topps knows. They know which ones to hold back. To salvage a little bit. Condon. Salvage a little bit of value by holding the Dodgers cards back. Smart. Or those criminals over at Backyard CT scanned it and they know exactly which box it's in and they're just keeping it for themselves. All right, come on, Mojo Pack. It's been a while since we've seen an auto. Hook us up. It's been a while since we've seen color, too. Well, it's not going to happen in this pack. Becker, Morris, Willits, Gagewood, and Davalan. So we're nickeling and diming our way. Nickel and dime. All right, after this, we got 4 boxes left. Come on, color. Ike Irish, Franklin, Hughes, Hodge, and Max Clark. No auto, no color, not even a first in the auto or in the hit spot. If you are not satisfied with the results from these breaks, contact Randall Lee and he will give you your money back. All right, here we go. Come on. Yeah, unless you have the Astros. I guess the Angels did okay. Everything else has been... I mean, even the big names we hit on color were on inserts, not even on their first. Which is a shame, because Dax Kilby, he's selling pretty well. File missing hits. Problem is, we don't even know what we're supposed to get, right? And we have not seen a case hit by any stretch of the imagination. There's Dax and Slowinski. Waldschmidt, Kepley, Cooper Pratt, Morrison, and Reimer. No rhyme or reason. Sorry, I just can't help with the dad jokes. I love them. Montgomery, Hedges, White, Norrie, and Jacobs. And how come whenever they have a collation issue, like, it's never like a good thing? Gurvich, Lombard, Staffura, Fritton, like, right? They'll be like either missing hits, but there's never like a base auto just accidentally inserted into the base mega draft packs, right? Like, that would never happen, but you can get a box with no autos or all base cards. Briggs McKenzie. I don't know. But unless this significantly heats up, I'm pretty glad this is the only case we're doing. Weidman, Made, Bazana, and A.J. Russell. We had a couple boxes there in a row where we were... All right, we got a yellow, it looks like. Yellow to 75. Jamie Arnold. It'd be cool if it was that guy. A little color match, secondary color match. Forbes, Nyans, JoJo Parker. And good luck, everybody. First, it's the Braves. Tate Southacene. Not an auto, but we'll take that. Nice one there for Grinchy. Finally some color. And at least it's the top chase for a team. Tate Southacene on the yellow. A couple other good names in that pack. Yeah, we got to hit a Southacene. I mean, I don't think we've had a single break yet where we haven't hit a Southacene. It's damn sure not about to start tonight. All right, we got 3 boxes left. All 3 of these things are going to have autos. I'm just going to say that right now. All 3 have got to have autos. If they don't, it's Randall's fault. And that Nyans was nice, but it ain't that nice. Not for the case. Oh, I see what you're saying, Randall. So you're saying do the mega packs first. All right, yeah, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna change the flow up. This box, we're going straight for the mega packs. We gotta change something. So we're going straight to the hits. I do pull a lot of Braves, Colby, that's for sure. All right, well, Ethan Frey, Marcus Phillips, Ethan Conrad. We got Bremner and Slawinski. So all that did was give us a couple Angels hits. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to doing that, but I want to share some of this with you guys. We got Willits on the prize prospects, Weidman, Made, Bazana. Oh, we did. We got an auto. There we go for the Phillies. That one's going to Randall, Matthew Fisher. And he's another dude that's ranked. I think he's in their top 8. They said, I think he's like just an incredible athlete. High school kid, overslotted. 7th round draft pick, but would have been a lot higher. Was planning on attending Indiana University. So yeah, I think this is a high upside arm. So there we go, Randall. He said change it up, and we changed it up, and we got the auto. So maybe we just need to do that for the last 2 boxes. Another Eli's nice. Ooh. Give Bremner a top load. He's the second overall pick. All right, let's hope we get some lasers here. Yeah, I did too, man. Say I'm a little disappointed. Lugo, Pena, Millar, or maybe I just saved the absolute bangers to the last two boxes. We'll see. Fine, Barr, Connor Griffin, Riley Kelly, and Zach Root. A little something for the Dodgers. Cade Anderson, Youngerman, Obermueller, Weatherholt, and Crossland. At least there's no paper. Close my eyes at night and have nightmares about the paper. Condon, Neville, Dickerson, Sailors, and Johnny Level. And I'm guessing there's no laser in this one. Nope. Castillo, Kent, Level, Brecht, and Owens. All right. Going after the Megas first. Trying to switch up the mojo here. All right, we got an Arnold. That's a good sign. We've got a Brady Ebel on the inaction. Liam Doyle, okay. Max William and Ayenson. Some good names there. And no color. Hope maybe we'll get another sneaky auto. Ben Jacobs, Aiden West, Lombard, and Joshua. So that time it did not work out for us. All right, we're down to our last box here, which makes me sad. Mostly because I was hoping we'd have a bit more fire. Maybe this last box will take us out. Take us out on a good note. Double auto box. That would be a way. That would be the way to go out. I mean, hopefully you got your top chase on a mojo, because we have been hitting a lot of the good names on the mojos. Hopefully nobody's sitting there without like any hit. Yeah, it's sort of like a wave. There's Seth. I guess we haven't seen a Seth really, other than base Seth. Only 4 autos, so maybe we're due a last auto in the last box. Yost, Carmichael, and Ty Harvey. We got Hammond, Fisher, Petrie, Jenkins, and Frey. George, DeZerwa, Escobar, Elwinger, and Lampkin. We got Tyson Lewis, Bellew, Coe, Celestin, and Killen. Killing the vibe. Gavin killing the vibe. All right, here we go. Last box. And then I recommend nobody rips or buys into any more breaks of Bowman Megas. ODZ rating 2 out of 5 stars. It had some heat, but it was not hot enough. I mean, yeah, might be a little generous. I mean, don't forget, I'm a shill breaker. I'm a top shill at the end of the day, so I can't go 1 or no stars. I do have to at least earn my influencer boxes. Voight. Come on, chat. These spots should be going for tens of dollars. There's a Conrad. That's a good one. There is no risk other than losing all your money that you spent. Other than that, there's no risk. You're not going to die. Nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to jail. It's just money, chat. Spend the money. There's Gavin Turley. Somebody was asking about him in the chat. Nelson, Witherspoon, Wing, JoJo, and Jesus Made. Jesus Amade. All right. I'm expecting big things here. Last 2 packs. Last 2 packs, not good. Ethan Conrad, Josh Owens, Cooper Fleming, Zach Root, and Marcus Phillips. Buns, chat. Buns. Come on. All right, we're ending with a blue. It's got to be an auto. It's got to be an auto. Travis Bazana. We got Bremner. We got Slowinski. Ethan Frey. And good luck. This is our last card of this break. Oh, I don't see a first sign. Oh, that's because it's an auto, and it's Mitch Voight, and that's actually a really good auto. So I'm not sure it redeemed itself, but there was a lot of ways that could have gone at the end there. And going that way at least gives us a little bit of a warm fuzzy on the way out. All right, let me sleeve these last ones up, and we'll get to the recap. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to rip some update tonight. But we got Jaime going live at 10 Eastern. That's in about 36 minutes. So I'm going to sign off before he goes on. But I'll hang out until then. All right, here we go. Let's start off with the non-numbered inserts. That's a good place to start. Oh my goodness. We did 3 of 4 of the autos were like very good, so I'll at least say that. I'll at least give them their flowers in that regard. Okay, we had Willits on the prize prospects, Arnold times 2, Carlson, Cade Anderson. In action, we had Ebel, Willits, Irish, another Carlson, Steele Hall, Carson Benj, which is just weird, and Josh Hammond. Our non-numbered firsts. Our non-numbered, Mojo first. We had Willits, Hall, Doyle, Fiend on the lasers, Kilby, Carlson times 2, Kilby times 2, Parker times 2, Willits, Nayans. We did have a Seth on a Mojo. Cade Anderson on the laser, Cade Anderson 2 times on the Mojo, Doyle on the laser, Conrad on the laser, Doyle on the Mojo, Anderson again, Bremner we hit a couple times, Nayans, Arnold again, and JoJo again. So multiples. I mean, hopefully that helps. Maybe you can grade one of those, sell the other two before the market tanks. All right, so we got our numbered cards. I don't know if they're all first. We have Morrison on the blue to 150, Dominic Reed gold to 50, Kilby on the inaction to 50, Southacene to 75, Quinn on the green to 99, and we had Vidoric on the blue color match to 150, and Gavin Feen on the inaction blue. And here's our autos. We had Mitch Voigt on the blue to 150, Matthew Fisher on the only base Mojo, Bremner out of 199 in the purple, which I still think is weird, and then our nuke of the night going to Rip City. That is the orange Mojo to 25, and it's number 1 out of 25. So if you're into that sort of thing, you'll be excited about it. But if not, it's just another numbered auto out of 25. Appreciate you guys. All right, Colby's going to check the other breakout. I would appreciate that. That would be great. If not, no big deal. Not going to put any pressure on anybody here. We'll either sell it or we won't. No big deal. Got 19 spots left and 24 in the jumbo. So probably won't get to it tonight, but we'll see. We'll hang out here for a little bit. What's up, Colby? All right, I'm going to log off. Hopefully you guys will head over at 10 Eastern to check out Jaime. And we'll be back probably Sunday. Got some exciting new products coming in. So check us out. And until then, we'll catch you on the next one.